How's it going, guys? So another week of Premier League football's gone by and it seems like things have calmed down a bit. There's been less of the crazy scorelines and shock results, but it was still a pretty entertaining week, so let's dive straight into it. Up first is Who's Flying High, and I've gone for Southampton, who beat Everton 2-0. When you pair this with their previous three results of the draw against Chelsea as well as wins against West Brom and Burnley, it's hard to argue with Southampton being the form team in the league at the moment. Of course, Danny Ings played a big part in the game, getting 2 assists as they cruised to a comfortable enough victory against the league leaders. While on the topic of that game, I might as well talk about the Luca Digne straight red card. It's a tough one. On first viewing, it does just look like a tangle of legs, but then when you look at it back, it's quite nasty. I mean, all I'll say is, if he's trying to stop the counter-attack, just pull the guy's shirt. There's no need to go about it so aggressively, so I do think the red card is probably the right call. Anyways, on to who dropped the ball, and for lack of a better option more than anything, I'm going to go for Man City, who drew 1-1 away to West Ham. I don't really know if this counts as dropping the ball. I mean, they were a goal down and they clawed their way back into the game, but just because on paper you'd expect Man City to beat West Ham, I'm going for them. Also, they probably deserved to lose it, and that Mikel Antonio goal is worthy of winning any game, but 1-1 it finished. On to the shock of the week, and I'm going for the 0-0 draw between Manchester United and Chelsea. If you had told me before at the game that they were going to draw, I'd be like, yeah, okay. If you told me they were going to draw 0-0, I don't think I'd ever have believed you. But drew 0-0 they did. And from a Chelsea perspective, I'm not overly impressed with it. Going away to Manchester United and getting a point is fine. That's a good result. But getting it in the manner that we did, I mean, this wasn't even a classic Jose Mourinho parking the bus scenario. This was just being devoid of ideas on the pitch. We had one shot on target in the entire game, and that came from a Reece James free kick, which even having watched it back, I still don't know if it was a cross or a shot. And in the end, I'd prefer to be drawing 3-3 going for it against Southampton than drawing 0-0 in a nothing game against Man United. Football's meant to be entertaining. I'm not going to say anything more on that game. If you do want to see my in-depth thoughts on Chelsea in that one, be sure to check out my player ratings video, which came out a few days ago. Now, before I announce the star of the week, I'd like to put a bit of a shameless interject in. At the start of the channel, my initial goal was to get to 100 subscribers by the end of October, and I've been creeping closer and closer to that target. If you have been watching and enjoying the content and you haven't yet hit the subscribe button, please do so because it would mean a lot to me. Thank you, guys. Anyways, now that shameless bit of begging is over, the star of the week is of course Mr. Paddy Bamford, whose hat-trick got his Leeds team victory against Aston Villa. It was quite a beautiful hat-trick as well, and he's looking like a bit of a late bloomer, but still has a lot of years ahead of him to play in the Premier League. Now I just hope that all the humming and hawing over his international declaration can come to an end and he decides to play for Ireland. I mean, God knows we are in need of an out-and-out goal scorer. So that's it for this one, guys. A bit shorter and sweeter than usual, I think. If you feel like I should have given your team a talking point, then feel free to comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more footy chats, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next video.